You've unlocked a Roundtable.
Hello and welcome to Lost Levels Roundtable discussion of Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. My name is Chris LeBon. With me as always is Alex Sandberg.
Hey there.
So, we just watched Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
With most of our reviews, our beginning portion is going to be spoiler-free. Then we're going to go into a credit section, and after that, we'll go into spoilers. So you've been warned about that.
Yep, so free review at the beginning. Spoiler-free review, that is.
Spoiler-free. Well, this is free for listeners as well.
Damn it. One day, maybe, we can charge, because we are so good at podcasting.
Good. So good.
We can charge the masses to listen to our voices.
Yes.
But until then, this podcast is free, and we are reviewing Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, the Zac Efron raunchy comedy with the guy from Modern Family and Pitch Perfect.
Modern Family? He's from Modern Family?
He's in Modern Family.
Oh, I just know him from Workaholics.
And Workaholics.
Adam Devine?
Adam Devine.
Yes. And then the lovely ladies, Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza.
Yes. So, what's your thoughts on Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates?
Well, first off, it's the general concept of it are there's these two brothers played by Zac Efron and Adam Devine who tend to create shit shows at family parties. So the family wants them to bring nice, respectable ladies to their sister's wedding, which come in the form of Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza, who turns out it's really not as nice and respectable as they present themselves.
That is correct, Alex.
And from there, hilarity ensues.
Hilarity. Yeah, so this movie opens up with the very first opening scene that sets the tone for the entire movie, and I really enjoyed that. So,
right.
Yeah, like it's like one of those opening scenes where, like, all right, if this hits, the rest of the movie will hit for the audience. If this doesn't hit for you,
right,
then the rest of the movie is going to be a long time. And so the opening scene made me laugh, and I was ready to go.
With the bartender played by Mark Maron.
Yeah, I was definitely open to that scene.
Yeah, so that was good.
And that led into the opening credits for Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, and it set the bar and set the tone.
Yeah,
in a comedic way. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit back and just kind of enjoy the shit out of this.
I feel like the comedy in this movie is like a balance between the raunchiness of something from like 4-Year-Old Virgin, but mixed with the absurdity of something from like Step Brothers, because it has that heightened sense of weird self-awareness, craziness, but still goes to kind of the raunchy side as well. So it kind of balances that, I feel.
Yeah, this is like one of those movies where all the actors are great comedic actors. They can really pull off a lot, and this would have been like one of those perfect scenarios for a director to be like, all right, ad-lib the next line, go.
Yeah. And yeah, they do it. They do it really well.
Just think of the most fucked up shit in your head and just and say it. Go. Action.
Yes.
And that's what they kind of do in this movie.
Yeah, and you see it during the credits where they have the gag reel going throughout, which is I always enjoy seeing that.
Yeah, there's definitely some funny scenes in this movie that I really enjoyed, and I could just imagine the alternate takes of some of those scenes. Like, I wonder what he probably was. I wonder what was scripted here, because that's definitely an ad lib, a funny ad lib. But
which is crazy because like Zac Efron, I've always kind of seen as that pretty boy from High School Musical, right?
Yeah. See, I've known Zac for quite a while now.
Personally?
Well, no, because I was introduced to him from High School Musical because I have a teenage daughter who has grown up with High School Musical 1, 2, and 3, and that's how I was introduced to Zac Efron. And then from there, I've seen him grow as an actor and really lay down a lot of great comic. He has great comic timing.
Yeah, I know.
For being such a beautiful bastard, he is like an Adonis on screen.
That is a good-looking man.
Yeah.
And I could say that with the utmost confidence.
It's crazy.
he's a great looking guy, and he seems super charming and super funny. It's like, I hate you for being so perfect, but I want to be your buddy.
Yeah, you want to hate that fucker.
But you can't, because he does a really good job.
Any movie that I've watched with him,
that
post, the High School Musical.
Even, what was it, That Awkward Moment, which is...
I enjoyed him in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, not a great romantic comedy, but it really has some moments, and he does a good job in it.
I've honestly watched that movie multiple times just because of, his performance is really great in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree.
So yeah, I agree. I really think that Zac Efron is a force in Hollywood, being able to land comedic timing as well as he does.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking in our last podcast for Legend of Tarzan how the pretty person sometimes doesn't have the acting chops to go along with the prettiness, but Zac does.
Yeah,
Zac can do a lot of things. Zac Efron is like the Justin Timberlake of acting right now.
I will go with that.
He can do multiple things well.
Because I felt the same thing about Justin Timberlake back in the day.
Yeah, Zac can do a lot of stuff. He can do a lot of damage. He is a triple threat. That being said, God, now I feel like I'm on a Zac Efron fan club.
You are. I saw
podcast.
your posts.
Yeah, so
I'm on the same club.
Welcome to the Zac Efron fan club podcast.
But I mean, outside, beyond that, Adam Devine does a good job. They
play off each other really well.
So well, like you felt like they were brothers.
Yeah,
and really good chemistry between the two, and I really enjoyed seeing them on screen together.
Yeah, honestly, they have that Step Brothers chemistry.
Yeah, one of the early scenes when it's the family talking to them in their apartment, and they keep feeding off each other and working each other up was great. Was so great. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back about a couple of the scenes that we were talking about.
Right.
I watch a lot of movies, obviously, because we do a lot of reviews, and I watch a lot of these comedies that come out, and a lot of them just don't hit for me. They're just okay, like whatever, forgettable type of thing. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I want to see this movie again.
Oh, it's totally worth seeing it.
This is going to be one of those movies where I feel like with repeated viewings, I'm going to appreciate other facets of it that I didn't necessarily pay attention to at the beginning.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to be one of those movies that people will quote every now and then, like a Step Brothers or Wedding Crashers or something like that, where there's going to be those gems that you could drop and people are like, oh yeah, that movie's great.
Yeah, like Kumail.
Oh my god.
We'll get into that in a moment. But,
right.
This is a solid little comedy.
Yeah. Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza do really well. There's also good chemistry between them. I'm
so used to seeing Aubrey Plaza in Parks and Rec.
Right.
Where this was more of an expanded kind of role for her.
It's not that down note April Ludgate, who she does well. I mean, that's a great performance for that character, but seeing her as this character in Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, different role for her, but also she pulls it off really well. I wouldn't expect that from her.
I was not expecting that. For her to, I was expecting more of the Parks and Rec Aubrey, but I didn't watch Bad Grandpa yet.
That's true, neither did I.
So I need to watch that to see how she is in that movie. But in this movie, however, she did a good job.
Totally.
I liked her, and I really loved Anna Kendrick. And surprisingly enough, because go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, I know you're kind of indifferent towards Anna Kendrick. You don't get the immature crush on her or anything like that. But she was totally adorable in this. I loved her.
I really liked her portrayal of her character. I thought she did a really, really good job. And I liked her in Pitch Perfect too. So she's growing on me, not to the level of immature love by any means, but she has shown me that she can do a lot of stuff that's fun and entertaining.
Oh, she does some fun, quirky things, like when she has those little moments where she kind of starts to snap and break down. Just her facial twitches that she does and everything, really great.
Yeah, definitely good. Who was her dad played by? It was the guy from. You've seen him in so many movies nowadays, but
Stephen Root. I'm trying to think.
He was the guy in Dodgeball.
Right, he was Milton in Office Space.
Okay,
with the red stapler, that guy.
Yeah, like he's great. Like I love him and his wife in this movie. The way they play off each other so well against the brothers.
Right.
They're entertaining. Like that was great casting there.
Yeah, I mean, great casting in this movie in general. There's great chemistry along everybody with this.
Yeah, the only person I didn't really care for was the cousin.
Oh, the bisexual one?
Yeah. I don't know. It was something about her character that
She seemed too smarmy.
Yeah.
And I think that character just didn't fit with everything else. But
She was the only thing that I didn't necessarily care about as much when she got screen time.
Okay.
She was just like, all right, whatever. But not every character hits, and that's okay.
Right.
The movie still, as an overall thing, was a very enjoyable experience for me.
Like even the kind of boring fiance. I mean, seemed like a great, cool, enjoyable guy, but also kind of put that vibe like, oh, they're kind of uptight and not very party and outgoing, and he does it, but they do it well.
Yeah, he plays it off perfectly. Even the sister, which I didn't necessarily like at first because she was like really mousy, but then as her character kind of expanded and got more to do, she really kind of shined.
Right. Oh, but I also just thinking back to that beginning scene with them in the apartment and how just you saw the connection between the brothers and the sister. Like, this is our little sister. We'll do anything for her. Mm-hmm. And like you got that, and it hit really well. And that was just it really set up the relationship between all of them perfectly.
It honestly, it did. I was really surprised at how well they did those little tiny moments that set up the rest of the movie.
Because it's them just being, very combatant with their parents about the whole idea. When selling the sister chimes in, like, okay, sis, we got it. We'll do it.
Yeah, so they get wedding dates through the only ways that they would probably know how.
Craigslist. And it says at the beginning, this is based off a true story, sort of.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because
there were big letters across the screen that said it.
I probably didn't see that.
But
I think every movie is based on true
basically,
stories.
Yes, I know you do. But this one is actually based off a true story, sort of.
So you're saying this was a documentary?
Exactly. No. But there was a viral thing going around where these two guys were looking for dates on Craigslist, and like I said, it became viral for a while, and that's what kind of inspired this little movie here.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Right.
But
I think that's the extent of how true it is. It was just the Craigslist.
This makes me even appreciate it more now.
Oh, okay.
Is it going to be on the History Channel?
Yeah. Edited for TV, of course.
I would hope so. There's some raunch to it.
Yeah. There's full frontal in this.
There was not expecting full frontal, but received it.
Yeah.
Another thing I did not expect was to see a little bit of Kumail.
So you saw more than a little bit of Kumail.
I was not expecting to see that much of Kumail. The only thing I kept on thinking about was like how proud his parents would be of this movie. Because he always talks about how proud his parents are. And I'm like, oh man, wait till his parents see this.
But I always enjoy seeing some Kumail Nanjiani, and I was super excited to see him in this. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good.
And you were like, the listener right now is like, who the hell is Kumail? Alex and I listened to a lot of Harmontown for a few years now, and Kumail was a regular on Harmontown. And then he became an unregular because he went to do
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, which is one of our favorite TV shows.
It's definitely one of my favorite TV shows.
And he's phenomenal on that. He did some X-Files stuff.
He does stand-up stuff. He has a couple CDs out that you can listen to. So
we've kind of just been following him pretty closely for the last couple of years. And he just pops up in this movie. He's like, Kumail.
Yeah. he's getting those popular movies now. Glad to see it.
Yeah, so that was awesome. And then he showed a little bit of himself that I was not surprised, or I was very surprised about, in a scene that was like, oh, okay,
totally. But that scene was awesome, just hilarious. Everything about it.
Yeah.
Once again, just a really good performance out of Kumail.
Yep. So yeah, overall, man, this is a fun little film.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only real downside to it is I feel like they tried to hit some really heartfelt moments that didn't quite land.
Mm.
Like they tried to, really like, dig deep in these characters and what they're like, and it felt like, okay, you're giving depth to these characters. That's good. You're trying to make it more heartfelt, but I didn't feel like the heart was really in there.
Yeah, I agree with you, but at the same time, while those kind of seemed like little down points as a whole, because there's so many like up points in this movie, I still think that I give them credit for it.
Right.
Because of the fact that how many movies we watch now that don't even do or put forth the effort to give those types of little backstories to characters and character development. They kind of just like, dude, this is just a raunchy comedy. Just watch it and
Fair
watch
enough.
it for the dumb lines.
Yeah.
So I applaud them in that regard.
And even in that regard, I could look past it because everything else in this movie is just so hilarious.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie.
Totally.
So that being said, final thought.
This is definitely a comedy worth seeing. Like I said earlier, I feel like this is going to be one of those movies that people will start quoting and will kind of get in, part of the American zeitgeist for moviegoers and comedy fans. So totally worth seeing. I recommend it. I mean, it's a comedy. So, I mean, the larger the audience you see it with, I think the better. So it would be really worth it seeing within a theater because you get the whole theater laughing along with you. And that's always an enjoyable part.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that this movie does a really good job of balancing the humor as well as trying to give their characters a little bit more. Where you kind of watch, say, a comparison like a Mike Judge film. That Amy Schumer when it came out, the Trainwreck one recently.
Was that Mike Judge? No, that was Judd Apatow.
Oh, Judd Apatow. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry. The Judd Apatow movies, how those movies like try to do all this along with the comedy, but they still feel kind of long. There's long parts in them where they're just doing too much character development. There's not a good balance in a lot of those movies.
Okay.
So like with Trainwreck, I thought there were some great moments, but overall it kind of dragged on. There was like unneeded stuff. This movie is more of a tight package. They'll give you those little tiny like character moments,
Okay.
but not nearly as drawn out, not really as developed as they need to go by any means. It gives you perfectly amount, and it still keeps chugging along. It's got a tight 90-minute runtime to it. It's not trying to draw itself out to 2 hours of comedy. It was good editing. It was smart editing to keep this at a tight 90 minutes.
Right.
So where I think some of those other movies failed, this definitely succeeded.
Yes.
So yes, go watch this movie.
Cool. You can follow me on Twitter. Name there is Alex.
Alex,
Sandberg.
how can we reach you?
Thank you. You can follow me on Twitter. My name there is Alex Sandberg, AlexSanberg, or email me directly at the website alex@lostlevel.com. Chris, what about you?
Twitter, Calm Intensity. Instagram, Chris is Calm. We are also on Twitter as a podcast, which is The Lost Level. And we'd really appreciate you guys following us on YouTube as well. On our main website, lostlevel.com, in the upper right-hand corner is links to all of our social media. Click on those. Like us on them. Share, Facebook, everything you possibly do in social media terms. Do it. We really appreciate the support. And hang on, I guess we're going to talk a little bit about spoilers here. We're going to get into some of the raunchy bits of this movie. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Spoilers!
Spoilers! So, the tripping balls scene with ecstasy and various other
Are you referring to the full frontal?
Well, that just everything else with it was was pretty good. I don't think I've ever seen a drug scene played out quite that way. It was very unique.
I like that Anna Kendrick was wearing a horse at one point.
I like how she referenced how she's wearing a horse as well.
Yeah, there is a lot of entertaining parts in this movie.
Oh, totally. I think that the part we were dancing around the most was probably the Kumail Nanjiani scene.
Yeah, dude. What the hell was that?
It was borderline genius is what it was.
That shit was intense.
Just the whole special massage where he's like, I'm not even touching you right now, and she's so freaking out. Oh, and when the brother walks in on it, and he just releases that noise, which sounded so inhuman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the brother had a bad moment at that spa and retreat. First with that, and then Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, with the by cousin and the yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we want to really talk spoilers, I think what I really enjoy the most about this is there is that conflict where at least one of the brothers gets angry and upset with one of the girls, and you always kind of expect that out of these type of romantic comedies where there's that rift drawn, but they have it, but it's like immediately resolved because they both realize that they're both fucked up, and they're both screw ups, and they both need help, and they're like, you know what, we're both wrong, and they just kind of power through it and just gloss past it. They're like, you know what, whatever.
That's the thing that I was kind of talking about in the final thought there. Like in Epitaph movie, it would have explored that for 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And we would have had to suffer through that as an audience. But now it's just, you're right, tight packaged. All right, yeah, we are fuck ups. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's accept that we're fucked up, and we move past it and be fucked up together and try to become better people together.
Yeah, everything about it was just pretty damn hilarious. Like the Aubrey Plaza and Anna Kendrick relationship totally worked.
Right.
The wedding video for her and her future husband, how he leaves her at the office.
Oh, the fiance leaving her, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
and just
good.
how she kind of tweaks out during those scenes. Like, you see her eye twitch a little bit. Just great comedic performance. And that towards the end when the fiance has his, which, expecting, but he has that moment where he finally snaps. He's like, fuck you guys. What's wrong with you? Like, perfect. He delivers it so well.
Yeah, he was a great actor. Like that was awesome. Like there's a lot of good stuff here.
A lot of really good stuff. So
the banter between the brothers is so spot on. And even in the after credits when the brothers they're doing the cry takes.
And he just falls face down on the bed. I lost it then, so I'm like, I could picture a little kid doing that. Like, I'm pretty sure when I was a little kid I did that at some point. So it was just spot on.
Yeah, it's great watching people genius comedians like doing their craft, and they're like just doing these random takes and like just wing it.
Right.
One take he's doing the Star Spangled Banner. Like it's
just, right.
It's just hilarious.
What would you say was your favorite scene throughout the movie?
That's hard.
Right. There's so many good ones.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine would probably either have to be the very beginning with Mark Maron, because I really enjoy Mark Maron. I like his sitcom, and I like listening to his podcast, so seeing him in it was really enjoyable, and he does a really good job, and that was just a good scene to, kick off the movie.
That's why I mentioned it. I'm like, that's a perfect way to set the tone for your film.
That, or the Kumail one, because once again, my love for Kumail.
Yeah, I really liked that opening scene a lot, because it made me feel like, all right, this is encapsulating what this movie is going to be. They sold me on this movie with like a minute and 30,
right?
Just a little spot right before the credits started, and it's just like, all right, here, this is the movie. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And everybody's
and then you
relationship in that works so well. You establish the brothers, their connection,
and you get that good montage of them during the credits. We're like, okay, we see what these people are like, what they're really like,
right? And then all of a sudden, you get to see the unedited version of that. The parents show them.
Oh, yeah.
Which is hilarious. Because in their minds, they're like, man, I kissed this chick. Like,
right.
Bouncing up and down on the trampoline, but in reality, I headbutted her ass. They're just like, they are such disasters. And it's a beautiful disaster because they're so perfect comedic timing
Mm-hmm.
with each other. I want to see more movies with Mike and Dave as characters.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're just that good as bouncing off each other with chemistry. So that's the important thing. I thought that Aubrey Plaza and Anna Kendrick also had a very similar good chemistry that they really kind of shared off of each other.
And different re tickets. But yeah, I'm not sure what else you have to say about this.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, there's not much more to spoil, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the re ticket shit is funny. Just the whole entire premise of everything, it really worked out well. Yeah, go see it.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously this in the spoiler section, so you're seeing it. So you know what? Email us. Let us know what was your favorite moment, your favorite joke. That'd be great to hear from you.
Yeah. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.